Welcome back, my friends, to another gaming news video here on the channel. Today we got a couple different things to talk about. Before we jump into it, if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know what we do a variety of gaming content. We cover gaming news like this one. We do gameplays, let's plays. So we talk about games, we also play the games, the best of both worlds. So if you guys are into that, you enjoy this video, be sure to stick around, drop it a like, tell your friends, all that good stuff. So a couple different things to talk about in this video. First off, we're going to be kicking it off with Ghost of Tsushima. The sequel apparently has been, well, I mean, it's pretty much already, is pretty much confirmed, all but confirmed. But this new job listing from Sucker Punch basically cements it even further. So I'm going to throw it up on screen right now. You can see that they're looking for a narrative writer. But there's a bunch of different things in here, but the most specific thing to look at is the very bottom of the requirements section. It says desire to write stories set in feudal Japan. So again, that's pretty much almost guaranteed to be Ghost of Tsushima, as Ghost of Tsushima is set in Japan, of course. So it's probably going to be a sequel. I mean, the first game did pretty well. I loved it. Recently played through the stories of the co-op legacy DLC. That was really fun. That's up on my channel if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, so apparently sequel all but officially confirmed, which is really exciting. Where are they going to take it from there? Obviously there's many possibilities they could go into from the first game. I just hope, like, I really love Ghost of Tsushima and I'm so excited for a sequel. But I hope that hopefully they have a section of the team at Sucker Punch working on another Infamous game. I really love the Infamous series. Second Son was absolutely amazing. We got that game at the beginning of the PS4 generation. So it's been a while since we've gotten a new Infamous game. So I hope maybe they're like doing 2 in 1, kind of like how Insomniac was simultaneously working on Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and the new Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which was surprising to me. I wasn't sure if they were gonna have both those games, because those are 2 games I love from Insomniac, just like Ghost of Tsushima and Infamous is 2 games I'd love to see pumped out simultaneously by Sucker Punch. But let me know what you guys think about that. We're gonna move on from that. Ubisoft announced this new thing that they're coming out with called Ubisoft Connect. I don't know what you would call it. I guess service, where it's gonna feature cross-play, cross-gen progression, leaderboards, unlockables, achievements. There's gonna be even rewards, a bunch of cool stuff. And what's really good about this is that means any Ubisoft game that you play, you can just it's cross progression. So let's say you start on one console. Maybe you want to switch to another platform for whatever reason, or who knows, maybe you have a gaming laptop and you have to travel, you have to go somewhere, and maybe you started playing, I don't know, it could be anything, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or whatever, is going to be, part of this, this new Ubisoft Connect. Let's say you started on your console, maybe your PS5 or your Xbox Series X, or even your PS4 or Xbox One, and then you want to switch over to your PC. Well, it seems like that's going to allow you to continue where you left off, because it is cross-gen progression. And then, of course, that's going to also enable cross-play between Ubisoft games. So just love to see all the cross-play happening with games this generation. The past, couple years now it's kind of started. It was not even a thing about 2 or 3 years ago, and all of a sudden it just started kind of rolling out with more and more games. I absolutely love it. It's super cool to be able to play with your friends, no matter what platform they're on. You could, if your preference is PlayStation, maybe you have a couple friends on PC and a couple friends on Xbox, well, then you can all play together. It's great. So yeah, again, leaderboards, unlockables, achievements, rewards. I don't know, there's what exactly the rewards will entail. There's a couple images that showed a couple rewards, but I don't know how far or what extent that's going to entail. So Ubisoft Connect is going to be launching October 29th. It's going to be launching on all platforms. So it's going to be on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and all that good stuff. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It seems very it's awesome, honestly. Like I said, the crossplay and the cross-gen progression by itself is huge, and really good. So hopefully we keep seeing more companies do this with the crossplay and the cross-gen progression. One company I'd love to see add crossplay is Bungie with the Destiny series. I would absolutely love that. They have cross progression, at least for now, which is really good. So cross progression is super useful, especially if maybe you're bouncing between different platforms for whatever reason. So anyways, moving on to the next topic, my friends, kind of the main topic of this video. So apparently the Xbox Series S, not the X, but the S, will be capable of 4K. So previously, I mean, a lot of people were kind of, I guess, assuming that the marketing of this was, it's a 1440p console, which is 2K. and the Xbox Series X is the 4K console. But it seems like that's not necessarily the case. You could actually, there's going to be some games that will be 4K on the Series S, which includes this game called The Tourist. Now, I've never played The Tourist personally. If you guys have, let me know in the comment section below. But this is what the developers had to say. So they said, for us, it's the very powerful GPU. Excuse me. So it was very easy for us to put up the visuals of The Tourist to perfection. Depending on Xbox X or Series X or S, we render at 6K or 4K resolution. So basically, the Series S is going to be rendering at 4K. The Series X is going to be rendering at 6K. That's crazy. And then they downsample to the target resolution, so you have a very crisp and yet extra smooth super sample display. It almost looks like a good CGI movie. That's all with no temporal reprojection. So every pixel is fresh and unique without temporal artifacts. And then on the less powerful Xbox Series S, they said it wasn't a limit to us. I think the Xbox Series S is quite fine depending on what you need and want. So certain games will be able to pull off 4K. Obviously, bigger games not going to be able to because it just doesn't have the GPU power that the Series X does. So that's going to be, you know, it's just common sense, right? You're not going to be able to pull off 4K with, you know, bigger games, especially those big AAA games. But the fact that any games, you know, there are going to be some games that are going to be able to run at 4K, and this is already, you know, a 6K confirmed game on the Xbox Series X. Obviously, not many people, not no one. That's not a true statement, but not many people have anything higher than a 4K right now. Not many people have 8K displays. Some people do. But it's not as common, obviously, right? So right now, people are still trying to. There's a lot of people still switching from, you know, 1080p to 4K, or, you know, maybe even a 2K or whatever it is. So, by the way, let me know in the comments below what kind of display you guys have. You know, is it a 4K? Is it a 1080p? A 2K? You know, which is 1440p? I don't know. Let me know what kind of display you guys have. Anyways, furthermore, once also interesting to note is, I'm going to throw this up on screen right now. Phil Spencer actually says that apparently some games will load faster on the S than on the X. And this is due to their loading lower res graphics. So that makes complete sense. Obviously, not as much, you know, not as high a resolution to load, not as much details to load. You know, so obviously it would be natural and you know, it makes sense. It would make sense that the you know, these games would load faster on the S than on the X. So anyways, that's pretty much it, I think, for today's news, my friends. That covers pretty much everything. You know, not a ton going on today. Let me know what you guys think about all that in the comment section below. Also worth noting, if you guys are into Nintendo content, I have a Nintendo channel. It's specifically for Nintendo content. This channel is for basically everything that's not Nintendo as far as the gaming world goes, and then my Nintendo channel is for everything Nintendo, because I'm a huge Nintendo fan. So I'm actually going to be covering the new DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield over there. So if you guys are into that, definitely give it a check. If not, everything else gaming goes here. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, staying well. I'll see you guys very soon in another video, and until then, my friends, game on, and thanks for watching.